Molly.com.au/movies.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
On the Hot 30 countdown right now, it is the one, the only Miley Cyrus.
Hello.
Hey, we are so excited. We've just got a word that you will be in Australia in June this year touring. Are you as excited as we are?
Yes, I'm so excited. I was in Australia one time for New Year's, actually, and I was in Melbourne, and now I get to go to all these different places, so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing a little bit of everywhere, and it's going to be fun.
And this is actually going to be your very first Australian tour. You've never actually toured here before.
Yeah, no, I've never worked there at all. I never went there for anything. You know, I always when I do press for tours or whatever, I haven't actually gotten to go to Australia. It's because they don't want me to have any fun. That's why. They know I never come into work. I'd be at the beach all the time, so they don't have me go there often. So I actually get a lot of days off because I've only got 5 shows, and I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, so I get a lot of time off.
Well, I can openly admit that I don't know how to surf or anything like that, but I'm willing to take you to surfing lessons if you like, Miley, when you come here.
You know what? I'm with you on the no surfing. Last time I was there, I sat on the beach by myself watching Liam and his entire family. They all want to go surfing. I was like,
I'll
no,
just
I'm going to
tan.
sit right here and tan and watch. It looks so much fun, but I'm not, too scared. I'm not athletic like that.
All right, so we're going to put more things on your itinerary when you come to Australia. Have you done the Australian Zoo? So patted a koala?
No, and I want to so bad, and I want to see a kangaroo.
You got to be careful of the koalas because I've done that whole experience thing once. You know what the first thing it did when I grabbed it?
It peed on you.
What? No, did it scratch you?
No, it didn't scratch me. Exactly what Maud said. It urinated right down my side.
Were you torturing the poor little guy? That's why. You made him nervous.
No, well, I remember it was like at a school thing. I was like 15, right? And I was the kid on that school trip who was like the piss kid because I just grabbed it and for some reason it just needed to
And the
urinate.
weirdest thing, actually, the only thing that I did do that had to do with animals when I was there, I went and saw the fairy penguins because, believe it or not, Liam, he had the little outfit and everything. He was there as like a keeper to make sure no one like litters or no one like endangers the little fairy penguins.
So
I always make fun of him. I'm always like, oh my God, I can't believe you wore like the whole thing. Like he was so into the fairy penguins.
Was he decked out in like the cargos and like the khaki?
Yes!
Oh,
It was too much. It was way too much. Like, it was so funny. All these pictures. I'm like, here you are with like your, kids from school that is like the after school program, and there you are like 600 feet tall, like in your big old safari outfit. It's so funny.
Miley, I'm getting the vibe that you pick on him a little. Is that true?
A little bit, definitely, just a little bit. But if your boyfriend was like, oh, I'm going to go play with the fairy penguins, you're all, okay, alrighty.
Right, Miley is still joining us on the show. Thanks for sticking around and coming on tonight, Miley.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We're announcing the news that you will be here touring for the very, very first time in Australia. You've got 5 shows lined up. We want an insight into what we can expect.
It's called the Gypsy Heart Tour, so it's very just about the music and, being able to be free, not about how many screens you have and costume changes, even though there's going to be cool effects and there's going to be fun clothes, of course. That's part of the reason why I love this job is getting to play dressed up all the time. But it's mostly just about the music and kind of telling my story and why I want to become an artist and of the other artists that inspired me to do what I do. So it's going to be a lot more personal than any tour I've gotten to do so far.
Miley, you know what every good tour needs?
What?
A crap load of pyrotechnics.
That's the best part. That's the best part. Is that mine too? I'm always like, you know what you need? You need fireworks. 'Cause that's the coolest, and we always have tons of that, so it'll be fun. But pyro, I agree. I think I'm secretly a pyromaniac because I really like, by the end, I just like the fireworks going crazy, especially during the climb. Well, I was like, it's the end of the night. You know that's what people want to go away remembering is all the pyro. So
Oh my God. I'm in love.
We're perfect. We don't surf, and we love to blow crap up.
Yes.
Now, you're saying that this tour is really quite personal and it's about the people that have inspired you. Who has? Is it your godmother, Dolly Parton, one of those?
Yeah, definitely. She's inspired me. A lot of female musicians, just because I love girls that can play the guitar and can play their own instruments and write. And Stevie Nicks, we're doing a couple covers of Stevie and Joan Jett. And not saying that I want, to even do music like them, because I love making dance music, but I like listening to kind of personal and things I grew up on. It reminds me of just growing up, and I've always listened to Stevie and Joan Jett.
Oh, nice. And what about your brother with his massive band, Metro Station? I love those guys. Is he going to be coming out on tour with you?
I wish. He's home. He's making his own solo record right now called Ashland High. And so he's kind of doing his own thing. Have you ever gotten to see my brother perform? I know he was in Australia for a while. I don't know if you met him or not.
I think we've both interviewed him.
Okay, I don't know if you remember if he has a lot of tattoos.
He's covered in them.
More now. You have no idea. Literally, he has now his face, which I really actually don't like. And then all the way from his neck down and all of his back now. It's crazy. Completely different person. You honestly wouldn't even recognize him when you saw him.
How many tattoos have you got now? Is it a bit of a trend in the family?
It's a trend in the family, but no one goes as crazy as Trace. I have 5, but only 2 of them you can really... Actually, no, 3 of them you can see. I have 1 on my ear and 2 on my side. And then I have little silly ones on my finger that are so small that no one ever notices them. Everyone thinks I drew them on with a Sharpie because they're all like a little crooked and funny, but they're just things that reminded me of actually the movies that I've been on.
And the fingers actually fade, I've noticed.
Yeah, they fade a lot. Mine aren't bad yet because I have 1 from LOL, 1 from So Undercover, actually 2 from So Undercover.
And they're the movies that you've been in.
So basically all the movies that I've done, I have kind of little tattoos from there.
I got a feeling, too, if you rocked up at home with tats all over your face, your mum and dad might have something to say about that.
No, this is the funny thing. My mom, if I would have done that, I would have been kicked out of the house and never spoken to ever again. My brother texted my mom because she was like, how could you? I can't believe you did that. He wrote back, Mommy. I'm like, Trace, you are a 22-year-old boy covered in tattoos. Don't even try, Mommy. He wrote, Mommy, you know I've always been different. Smiley face. And my mom was like, oh, my little boy. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? You would never talk to me again. So I go with the thing that the parents are definitely harder on the girls than the boys because my brother is covered in tattoos and my mom doesn't care.